everybody, this is the Fiery Joker, and I am at Everfree Northwest, and today I am joined by several very special guests. I am joined by TericDragon, the brother of... Yes, I am also joined by Quill.
Sup?
And I am also joined by DRWolf.
Greetings and good evening, one and all.
Yes, and we've had a long day at Everfree Northwest, and we couldn't really watch the episode because faulty hotel,
bad internet.
Yeah.
But funny timing, because every time the internet froze, it was on like this really awesome expression, usually from Starlight Glimmer.
And right when Twilight said, "Wait a minute," and then it froze.
Yes, yes. But finally, we were able to we were finally able to come down late at night, get everyone together, watch the episode, and now we're going to record our first impressions.
Yeah.
So, who wants to? So, should we start with the overall plot?
Have you seen The Muppets Christmas Carol? Good.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. There's
Yeah,
the plot.
there you go.
Yes, it was kind of like a Christmas Carol mixed with a little bit of Scrooge.
There you go.
Well,
Oh, wait,
Christmas Carol has
Scrooge
Scrooge in
is
there.
Scrooge.
I mean, sorry, Christmas Carol mixed with Grinch.
There you
There we
The
go,
Grinch.
much better.
Yes,
Grinch.
because in the original Christmas Carol, Scrooge didn't actively do anything to try to sabotage Christmas. Grinch did.
Yeah.
There you go. It's been a full day. We may start mixing our, mixing our perspective. Isn't that right, KP? Oh, hi.
Oh my.
Gosh darn you.
Okay.
I have to say that I was watching with a critical eye on the musical numbers. This obviously was a musical episode, and they haven't done a truly musical episode for a while now, haven't they?
Not since Crusaders of the Lost Mark.
Yeah, Crusade of the Lost Mark I think was the last one, and I was listening, and having seen quite a bit of Broadway musicals myself. I found the songs to be pretty catchy, and I thought the production value was pretty good. I particularly enjoyed Applejack's song.
Yes, I am in complete agreement with you there. Very high production values, very catchy songs. But I'm going to have to disagree with you. My favorite was Pinky's.
Well, okay. I mean, you gotta like Pinky.
There was a bit more upbeat, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, who doesn't like Pinky? Don't answer that.
Don't look at me, man. But also, don't make me choose favorite songs, because there wasn't... With all of the musical episodes we've seen before, Magical Mystery Cure, Crusaders of the Lost Mark, Pinky Pride, there have been songs that were there. They filled out the episode running time, but didn't really leave an impression. Like I Have to Find a Way, or maybe a little bit of Pinky's comeback song, just a little. This one, I don't think there's a single song that's out of place.
Yeah.
All of them bring energy, vitality, a really catchy rhyme. Exposition, and I will, or predetermination. And I will say that for me, it's a toss-up between Applejack and the Ghost of Hearth's Warming Future.
You know, I like that too. I saw her there. I saw a tall with a horn, and I'm like, okay, is it Celestia or is it Luna? It's got to be Luna.
It's dark. It's different. It's the unknown. It's Luna.
Celestia gets snubbed yet again.
No.
Come on,
No, wait a minute.
You wouldn't want Celestia playing that role, though.
Yes, but I'm sick of Celestia not being there. And whenever she is there, the last time she was there, she got a sarcastic eye roll. Yay. I'm sorry. Just to see Celestia get snubbed and Luna get all the good roles, it's making me bitter.
Oh, he's a bitter Betty. We've had a lot of people hug him at this convention. It's not working. Derek, hug him.
What?
Hug him.
Wait, later.
Now.
Hold. What? Later.
Doctor.
I'll hug myself.
Okay.
Doctor, music.
Come here, you.
As far as the music went, I was impressed with the overall production values, as they've said. The one that actually stuck out in my mind the most, not necessarily my favorite, the one that stuck out, was Starlight Glimmer going back to her evil, villainous role and playing it so well. I think that is the best that she has played her villainous role as far as pure expressions went.
Yeah.
And throughout that piece, I wasn't the only one, but we were getting an Ursula vibe
Yeah.
out of this whole setup. And it works so well. It's something that will definitely stick out in your mind, and I'm going to have to watch the episode again and do a proper review of eventually, but I want to go back to that song in particular and be able to pay attention to those specific expressions, because I think that's what has really left more of an impression on me than anything else Starlight Glimmer has done as a character moment.
Now, I know I've seen this before, but I don't recall where. Where the evil villain finishes singing their song, and then the whole scene fades down except on their eyes, and their eyes are the only thing you see left. And that's exactly what happened here, but where else has that been done?
It wasn't in the
Disney
song.
movies.
It wasn't in the song, but Ursula did that same thing when she said she may be the key to Triton's
Of course,
undoing.
of course.
And it just leaves the eyes left.
And-
So again, Ursula.
A lot of Disney villains did that.
And Chrysalis in A Cancer Lot Wedding.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, where she's singing about how she'll make shining armor all hers, it fades and her eyes
Oh
are green.
no, that's and what they don't know is that I have fooled them all.
And there it is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm dealing with 3 people with musical talent and I got Zippo.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, hey, you don't have to have talent in something to be able to critique it.
They say those who can do it, do it. Those who don't, who can't criticize. But actually, I want to preempt one criticism I know will be on that. Everfree Northwest has been so busy, I haven't perused any forums, but I am calling it right now that people will say, "Oh, they featured Luna, and you had DJ Pawn 3 and Octavia in the stream. Oh, they're just pandering to the audience." This is the contradiction I don't truly understand. You show a character that people enjoy, want to see in the show, and somehow that's a negative. We take the hipster ideal too far, in that now suddenly a character that's well liked can't be in the show.
Well, there's always this like dichotomy of the internet. It's a fallacy that a lot of us do, and I'm guilty of this sometimes, is that we like to think of the internet as a singular entity. And we don't realize that there's a lot of different groups. Like even in Bronydom, there's a lot of different subsets. We are not a collective entity. We are a very large group with a lot of little ones in it, with their very, very strong opinions.
But that is what I quoted is a very vocal opinion that has come up in many an episode.
And I'm sure it will come up in many more episodes in the future.
Yes, and these are the people who will always say, "I'm leaving the fandom," and I'm the one that, and I say to them,
Good riddance.
You should break out your bottle of brony tears and make sure that you're drinking it when you're talking about this.
"Indeed."
One of the heartwarming presents.
And it gets refilled every time someone cries out in drama.
Yes.
Drama.
And that's pretty much every episode. Everyone has a problem with episodes, and I had a couple problems with this episode, but they're kind of minor. I mean, everyone's seen A Christmas Carol. Everyone knows, and yeah, it is. I don't think they really added anything too new to the table here.
Some really fun songs. Pinkie Pie tap dancing.
Yeah, it was entertaining. It was fun, but I don't know. I just didn't really see anything new. But that's kind of my only problem. And it's really not bad if you don't do anything new, as long as you don't do anything bad.
Yeah, I mean, they took the story as it was written. Of course, they had to remove some things to keep it down to less than 30 minutes.
Marley's gone.
Yeah, Bob Marley was gone, of course, and a lot more of the world development that you see in Dickens' Christmas Carol was removed from this, just for the sake of time. But they did follow the story pretty closely, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, Disney did the same thing with their short of Christmas Carol. With yeah,
Well,
that was less than 30 minutes.
Mickey's Christmas Carol.
That
Yeah,
one.
Gotcha.
that one was also kind of darker.
Yes.
Well,
Kinda.
you see Mickey Mouse crying at the grave of his son.
Yes.
Wow, that'll stick with you.
Yeah, but I love that line that Pete gave. It's like, "Whose grave is the spirit?" "Why, it's yours, Ebenezer, the richest man in the cemetery." That's oh man, I can't believe Disney did that.
Whoa.
Although, is it wrong that when the the spirit of heartwarming presents came up, all I could think of was Scrooge and the Sugar Plum Fairy, who decks the living daylights out of Bill Murray. I thought, oh, if they could go there, seeing Pinkie Pie and Starlight trading blows, I'm kind of messed up.
Well, even though they didn't go quite that far, the comedy in this episode was on point in several different character moments. I mean, first starting with Applejack just being nonchalant and enjoying herself as she's slowly walking through Starlight Glimmer and Starlight's having a heart attack.
And,
well, no, even earlier than that, there was a really funny moment when Derpy was trying to put the star on top of the tree. She didn't even have the star, except it was on top of her hat, and I don't think she even knew that it was there. You know, and she was, you know, dropping decorations and breaking things, and finally she just made herself the star. That was adorable.
Yeah.
It's just, this is very much Derpy in a nutshell.
although there's an interesting turn of phrase. She made herself the star as she became one of the fan favorites.
I didn't even mean that.
Well, there you go. Meaning within meaning. I will say there's one thing about it that I was like, oh. What was Starlight's alternate name? Snowdrift? Frost?
Yeah. Snow something like snow something frost.
Okay,
Yeah.
her slogan is work hard, learn magic, and do your best to reach your quest. That's actually a very positive message.
Yeah.
Except when you take even a positive to too great an extreme, it becomes a vice.
Yes.
And she learned that from Professor Snape.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many people are going to be drawing fan art of that character as Professor Snape in the next week? I gotta see that much at least.
Yeah. So someone's gonna like. Who do you think's gonna be Lily? Who do you think's gonna be who's Harry's mom?
Lily Potter.
Yeah.
I'm behind a beat now.
Yeah, he's comparing it to the Harry Potter story.
Okay. See, it's been a long day.
He's trying to ponify Harry Potter. We've already started because now we've got Professor Snape.
Yes.
The comics kind of beat you to it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. The Luna Keymark Crusaders Friends Forever has a Philly Harry Potter.
Okay, I missed that one.
But okay, and I can already hear the comments. The comics and the show are not the same canon.
Of course, we know that.
But it's still fun.
All right. So yeah, another thing that kinda set me just made me go, huh? Wait. It was Starlight, after just being read that one story, that's all it took to change her mind. It's like, wait, that's... Well, I know that there was a passage of time, but you know how it is. It's like we're the audience. It kind of feels rushed to us, even though in the context of the actual time frame of the show, things are, it can be easily assumed that there was a longer passage of time, and there's nothing you can really do to help that.
Well, but you have to look at it at the beginning, she was kind of nonchalant and somewhat non-committal about saying, "Oh, I'll just kind of skip it this year." And of course, Twilight and Spike, they were horrified. But I didn't get this adamant denial or rejection from Starlight. She was just like, okay, I don't really have time for that right now. It's kind of a non-committal sort of thing.
Like she's not feeling it.
Yeah, just not feeling it. And I think that hearing the story and seeing that change in her, that actually feels natural to me. It doesn't feel rushed.
I guess on a more cynical view, there is the thing, a free will thinker who's just choosing not to participate. We can't allow that.
Oh, yeah.
Pressure her.
Hang on a second. At the end, when Twilight finished reading the story, she doesn't instantly say, "So now you see, Starlight, you should come join us, you should do all these things." It's basically, you can make your own choice. We'll be down here in case you want to take part.
After we brainwashed you.
There was a passive-aggressive element in her delivery.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for leaving me a story. I guess you should go to bed now. So, okay.
Oh, no, come on.
This is the somewhat cynical view of the episode. It's meant to be just an encouragement to enjoy the present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a good message. Enjoy the present. Don't get hung up on the past, and don't try too hard for the future.
So, and that's more positive. It's just to get the story rolling. Sometimes you got to be a little forceful.
Yeah.
Well, and in the final song they were saying sometimes you just need to put the work down and leave it for a little bit so that you can actually have the time to spend with your family and with your friends. If you're trying to carry that load all the time, you're trying to do the work all the time, the important moments end up passing you by.
Yeah, I believe that. I don't know where it was in the episode, but I heard the phrase, "You're not living."
Yeah.
Oh, Pinkie Pie singing "This Is Living" when she's pouring some cider and toasting with others.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Notice that here's the funny thing. We're all saying their names as we know them in the show. Pinkie
Yeah.
Pie, Starlight Glimmer. These are supposed to be other characters, just like the Hearthwarming Tale.
Yeah.
So it is kind of funny to say Starlight was her most character self when really she's
playing a different character.
character meant to be directly antagonistic rather than Starlight Glimmer deceiving everyone with the equal cutie marks. Thanks for mentioning that, Spike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Starlight is not going to notice. I mean, it took him a good 8 or 9 seconds to say that entire line, even though he was kind of saying it under his breath.
Yeah.
Starlight's not going to miss that.
Oh, but Spike had his fun moments in putting a pause for the commercial break.
Yes.
I've got to refill my cocoa. Be right back.
Right.
Commercial break.
You're gonna miss the best part.
We talk about the passage of time. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He got his cocoa during the break.
Now, Silver Quill, I suppose you do have a fair point with the character names, because at least with the first Hearthwarming Eve episode back in season 2, I believe the other names they gave these characters were actually more memorable, stuck out after the episode was over. Because we remember stuff like Clover the Clever,
Chancellor
and
Puddinghead.
especially Chancellor
Chancellor
Puddinghead.
Puddinghead.
Yeah. So this episode, while creative, doesn't stick out quite as much.
Nope.
I mean, we've already forgotten the name of the antagonist. Snow something Frost.
Snowfall Frost, something like I don't know.
You know.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
We're seeing the characters we know rather than the characters they're portraying.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we did have what was it? Flutter
Holly.
Flutter Holly,
yeah.
and Mary.
Mary. Mary's a little bit of a stretch.
Mary.
Marity doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're doing like Mary. It's another horse pun.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we know you like puns.
Shut up.
He's had to sit next to me all weekend at a booth, and I like puns.
I've had to sit next to infidelic humor all day.
He's finding it repugnant.
Repugnant. See, I think that's one of the reasons why they keep doing it is because he reacts like this.
It's true.
All right.
I've been the butt monkey all weekend.
Anyways, as for the episode itself, I was thoroughly impressed. This exceeded my expectations in many different ways. I don't know if I'd call it the favorite of the season thus far, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. I look forward to a lot of the remixes that the Brony fandom's gonna do.
Yes, please remix these songs. I want to hear those.
Don't put them to like Skrillex or like never mind.
Please do not.
No.
Favorite comes to me for something that there's the appeal to being novelty. If it's not new, it's not good. That's a fallacy. But favorite episodes usually do bring something new to the table. This, however, was one of the funnest episodes.
Yeah.
Absolutely fun.
So I'm all for it. But I'm gonna dust it off when actual Christmas comes around.
Mm-hmm.
We're in May.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christmas is in May.
And the last Hearthwarming episode they did was in October, and they didn't do one in December. And so, I mean, technically it's not Christmas, but if you look at it, if it talks like a duck and it walks like a duck, then it must be a duck. It is Christmas.
Although this does make me a little sad because apparently we skipped Nightmare Night, and I was looking forward to Tin Mayor Applejack.
Yes.
Yes.
Complete the set.
Complete the set.
Collect them all.
At any rate, I also enjoyed it. Like I said before, I've had a lot of exposure to Broadway musicals and musical theater, so I was looking at this with a pretty critical eye. And while I wouldn't compare it to something like Les Miserables or
Not
Phantom
fair.
of the Opera.
Not fair.
No, I wouldn't put it up quite to that level, but it is still it's pretty high up there. And so I enjoyed this episode for its musical quality. I thought it was fun. I got a bunch of really good laughs out of it. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a bit of a kind of a Diet Disney vibe.
Diet Disney?
Yeah.
You're the Diet Cola of Disney.
Yeah, and hey, again, Diet Soda can still be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not quite up there, but yeah, you definitely got a lot of vibes, and yeah, it was a kind of a little like Disney meets Music Man a little.
Sure.
Yeah. I just want to make that clear. So, okay, we almost kind of ran out of memory there, so we're just gonna do our final verdicts, first impression verdicts. Okay, 5 out of 10. It is not a failing grade. It is an average.
Yeah.
So 6 is above average, 4 is below average. We're just going off that. So why don't you start, Tarek?
I'd probably give this at least a 6.5 or even a 7. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I thought it had pretty good production value.
All right, Silver.
I gotta stay true to me. I don't really do the scale thing. I will say this is something you show folks who are just getting into the vibe, but it's not a great introductory episode. Mostly because of the familiarity. But it's fun. It's strong visuals, great music, high energy. It's really just fun to watch, and I'd recommend it on that merit.
All right, and DRWolf.
I certainly had a lot of fun watching this. I had a lot of laughs, and yeah, I was even getting into the vibe of Christmas. In the middle of May, I was getting this vibe of Christmas, and it was a warm, joyful feeling. So, in my opinion, I think this merits at least an 8 out of 10. But
Ooh,
I want
that's
to
a
give
great.
I want to give it another watch this next week before I do a more full review.
Yeah, I gotta kind of be on the same line with Tarek here. About a 6.57, and those are not bad scores. That means it's above average to good. Okay, so we did like it. All right, we don't believe that 5 out of 10 means it's terrible. We do not. We do not operate off the school scoring system. And that's
Which has been skewed anyway, but that's a different topic.
all right. So